Hello folks, today's video is going to be about the Henson razor. And just a heads up, I bought this razor with my own money and I'm not sponsored by them. So I bought the Henson razor about a year ago and I can pretty much count on two hands the number of times that I've used it. Now I realize I may get some heat from some shaver enthusiasts, but here's my take. And by the way, I found out about the Henson razor from a YouTube channel that I follow, and he was sponsored by them, and he said if you use his promo code you can save up to $20 off by getting a free package of 100 shaving blades. Alright, so first of all, why was I drawn towards the Henson shaver? Well, number one, I wanted to see if I could get a closer shave, because I consistently have a hard time getting that baby smooth shave right in this part. So I wanted to see if Henson could help me with that. And number two, the Henson razor and I have both something in common, and that is we're both made in Canada. And number three, it just looks way cooler. Currently I'm using the Gillette Fusion5 ProShield. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now before I get into the video to talk about what my first initial shave was like, I just want to give you some background on what kind of shaver I am like. So when I do shave, I'm just using your typical basic drugstore shaving foam. And shaving to me is an annoying routine that I have to do. So when I shave after hot showers, I wanted to do it as quickly as possible and just get on with my day. So what about my first shave? Well, it was after I had just taken a hot shower, as normally, and I was zipping around my face, and by the time I had finished shaving, I realized that I had between 4 and 5 bloody nicks on my face. Now, compared to the current Gillette shaver that I'm using, I can't remember the last time I cut or nicked my face. So, yeah. So I was kind of surprised and disappointed after my first shave because I was left with several bloody nicks in my face and I didn't really notice that much of a closer shave. And this brings me to the second time with the Henson razor. Now the second time I can honestly say went much better. I don't think I had any bloody nicks in my face because I realized that I had just went too fast and I was bearing down too much on the razor. So I took my time this time and had a much better result. Unfortunately, I still didn't see that really super close shave that I expected, especially in this region of my face. Now there is one caveat here. I realized that maybe I could have a little bit of a different shaving result if I upgraded my shaving cream to something more expensive, or if I upgraded to more expensive blades. But considering that I already dropped around $100 on the razor itself, I don't want to start spending any more money on shaving foam or razors. So like I said earlier, I think I can count on two hands the number of times that I have used the Henson shaver, just because I got to the point where I realized that I can get pretty much just as close of a shave with my Gillette shaver and in much less time. Much less time. That sounds grammatically messed up. And swapping at the blades with the Gillette is something that I can do in a fraction of the time compared to the Henson razor. Remember, for me, the faster I can get through my shaving process, the better. Alright, and with every video on my YouTube channel, I always like to try and wrap up my video by answering these two questions. What tweaks would I like to see made to the product? And would I buy it again? What changes would I made? Now, I do know that part of the reason why the Gillette shaver gets a smoother shave is because they have those lubrication strips. Now, I can't really recommend Henson to add these strips because I just think that would defeat the purpose the Henson designers had in mind. And question number two, would I buy it again? No. Don't get me wrong, the Henson razor does look amazing. You can tell that they put a lot of thought into the designing of it, and you can pick out your own color. However, with my Gillette shaver, I can just zip around my face and I don't have to be worried about cutting or nicking my face. And the other thing that is kind of annoying is that it is kind of a bit of a process to swap the blades out. It's not a long process, but it definitely takes me longer to change my Henson blade compared to my Gillette cartridges. With my Gillette shaver, it's just a snap and a click. Whereas with the Henson shaver, there's some threading, some sliding in, some lighting up. And if you're anything like me, you have just realized that your blade is too dull when you already have the foam on your face. So I never wanted to be frigging with something. But again, this is my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. Because everyone has different facial contours and skin types and hairs, so maybe you should just try it out for yourself. That's all I have. This video is finished in 3, 2, 1. And just as I was putting the blade in, of course, I cut myself. So you do have to be a little careful when you're reloading the blades. And look at that. I didn't cut myself again.